Free the dumb, freedom, free the dumb, so that they can speak, yeah. Yeah, this is nature, Ellis representing the perfect balance, trad class, featuring Ras Dada, talking about Bingi, talking about, of course, Yaga, talking about Oka Van Gogh. Yeah, you know, say a good vibration, seeing to elevate the nation, seeing, don't you know, talking about a revolution sound. Keep it locked. Nature Ellis has said that. Zane, perfect balance, strat class. Do it.
We see a situation happening in Jamaica where two women were charged for having a 69-year-old Viola Destin in the house for over 2 years, deceased, with no proper burial of the lady or anything of the sort. That we see two women charged for that, and they're it's stated that a US-based pastor is also being sought in connection to it. Yeah, them saw this story.
Yeah, I think I heard of it.
Yeah, so I don't know. To me, it was kind of a situation that me view a different kind of way. Somebody just want to see the eye them view of it, you know.
What
What
is
the eye
your
them
view?
think of this
What is your
situation.
view of it?
My view is that people can use or allow religious fanaticism to cause them to do things which are aligned to insanity. But I really want to just say that I see this as primarily how people can allow religious
Excuse
ideologies
me.
to cause them to do things which make no sense at all.
Well, why did the woman have the dead person's
Mhm.
body? Why? Why did she?
Alleged reports are that she received information that she should not bury the lady because the lady was not saved. And if she is buried in an unsaved state, then she's going to permanently go to hell. So they were given a date as to say, okay, she's going to be resurrected by this date. And then when she's resurrected, then she can be saved. Allegedly. These are the reports that we're getting, right? So on the day when the police actually found out about this situation was apparently the date that was for the resurrection. Was supposed to be the
So hold on.
resurrected day.
So hold on. So nobody never missed the woman for that the 2 years where nobody not see her nor hear from her. It smell
And if
of
I'm
stench.
correct,
The smell.
It
if
smell
I'm
of
correct,
stench.
the lady, I don't remember her name.
Which lady? The one who was deceased?
No, the other one was a caretaker, right?
Right.
Was taking care of that
Mhm.
lady,
Gina Robinson.
Gina Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Laverne Wedderburn. So these are the two women
none of
who
the
were
family
charged.
members haven't missed this lady in all this time. So they've totally forgotten about her.
Well, you know what, how it going on sometimes, when this is a sad reality that when we have the elderly in our communities, their care is pretty much left to particular people, and then those people is like it just left on them. So because them not get no demands, I guess, them just say, okay, she good man, she over there, so, and everybody will go about them day-to-day life, It's a sad reality.
That's a very sad reality because kind of unheard of, right? Because if that woman had family, I would think somebody be looking for her, right?
Mm-hmm.
2
But
years. 2
for
years.
2 years, nobody in 2 years. So I guess she didn't have relatives, right?
No
I would
Christmas, them
assume.
not
And
check up on
friends,
her.
I
our
would
friends,
assume she don't have relatives.
our friends.
Or friends, and not only that, for the woman who keeping her or woman who kept her in that house for that length of time, that's mental illness, right? No matter how you look at it, it's mental illness, right? The resurrection, and 2 years somebody is dead, right? And you
Missing.
don't bury them.
Missing for 2 years. Missing for
Yeah,
2 years.
but more importantly, the person is deceased.
That's why I must say missing. Nobody
Yeah,
see the person. So
It's an indictment on the
no
community
alert.
as well. It's an
Yeah,
indictment
but
on
the
the
Yes.
woman
community as well.
herself Yes, 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 yes. But you don't have community. That is the whole point. If you had community, that wouldn't
Imagine,
happen.
imagine this woman is she's in need of caregiving. So
Mm-hmm.
because someone has to be
Right.
taking care of
Right.
her.
Right.
First,
Right.
I wonder who was the person paying for that
Right.
caregiving.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you're paying for 2 years and you haven't checked to see what you're paying for. So
Mhm.
there
You
must be
haven't
somebody
spoken to
there.
her.
You understand? Somebody else was there, but who's taking care of that, paying for that to be
True.
taken care of,
True.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a whole community, a whole family, and friends, family, community member is in a state that she need someone to take care of her, and not even once you haven't checked for over 2 years. Something is just fishy. Personally, I don't think it's that one woman is the only culprit here.
That's
More
why.
people is
That's why
involved
they
in it.
want to talk to the U.S. based pastor.
Yeah, man, something else
Yeah,
is
but
wrong.
besides that, he in the US, but the people who live in locally, like locally. Hey, if the woman is whatever, what's her name? What's
Um.
the dead lady's name?
Gina Robinson. No. 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 No.
Right.
Viola.
You know, if you live in
Viola.
a community, you know Miss Robinson. You
No.
know
Viola
she's an
Destin.
older
Viola
woman.
Destin.
All
Viola.
right,
Gina
Viola
Robinson is the one
Destin.
that was charged.
Right, but Miss Destin, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know if you living in a true communal environment and you know there's an old woman down the street named Miss Destin, you know Miss Destin for all your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how
Mm-hmm.
communities move,
Well,
right?
yes.
And then you check on this woman or people you pass by the house or you
That's
in
it.
all that time, 2 years, you know what the stench of a
That is how the
dead
community was
body is?
thinking before.
The
Community was
stench.
like the before.
Reports are that she was using chemicals and regularly sprinkling the body with baking soda as a means to control the stench.
I mean,
Right,
she has
even
some kind of experience of when how to do that. Or she
But
knows that they
that,
can
that,
do
that,
it
that
and
sound
they
like
can.
somebody with mental to brother have mental illness as well. Because if you can do that for
yeah,
two
it's mental
years,
illness.
you have to question your psyche if you can do that for 2 years.
Mhm. Yes, I.
Mental
And I
illness.
mean, say, you can't not all say no, yeah, guy. I mean, it just means your state of mind, that like a
Natural.
normal human being in their right state of mind,
Mm.
is not gonna do that.
Yeah,
You
Right,
know,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
the
right.
It's
irony
an
of this?
anomaly.
You know the irony of this though is that historically the Rastaman was always regarded as the madman. You get what I say?
Mm.
Yeah,
Historically, the Rastaman was always the one regarded as the madman, right?
yeah.
But now we're seeing where this is no evidence of mental illness, then, right? As a result of this religious ideology that somebody take on to. Even though it's a personalized experience in the car, we don't see it widespread per se, right? But I'm just saying that these are the risks that face when we hold on to things too religiously. Like we can't see anything outside of that.
I can't really see the example, because what the Rasta man was saying and doing, like looking at it with a conscious mind, there was nothing to be say that he's a
It's
madman
madman.
about. The reason why the Rasta man was seen as a madman is because of his look.
Mm.
You know what he was saying, because if you look at what he was saying, you see that it makes sense. You understand? But because of the look, people go against it. Well, and he wasn't saying the normal things either, what Must was saying. But if it really look into it, it made sense. You know what I mean? What this woman is doing, when you look at it, it make
That no
no sense
sense.
There's no
whatsoever.
Mm.
comparison.
Yeah, it's not a comparison. No comparison. It's not there.
No,
You
I'm
know what I
not trying
mean?
to compare them. I'm
And
saying the irony of it. The
I
irony is not a
really, I
comparison.
don't see. I don't put a religious connection upon it, because I know Christians and I know Muslims, and I don't know of a Muslim or a Christian who would do something like that.
Do something,
You
right.
understand? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really mental illness when you,
Rasta.
yeah.
It's an
And not
isolated
only
case.
that,
It's an
because
isolated case.
Yeah,
because
man.
because it's mental illness too, even the pastor that they speak about, right? How do they know about this pastor? Is it through this woman?
Yeah,
Because
man.
since
Through
she
the
mentally ill,
mm.
we don't even know if there's a pastor. We don't even
Well,
know if a pastor exists.
The brother could help
Overseas
it.
and
Yes,
locally.
right.
Right? We
Overseas
don't
and
know that.
well,
locally.
well, well. That is a good point too. But I guess they would have checked to see like towards the communications and stuff. So they would have said, because apparently the reports are that they would have their church service in the house with this pastor
Who was the
every
father of
weekend.
that
Just the two
service?
of them.
Congregation.
Just
The
but
body, the
but just
body,
the two of them at this location. But I would imagine that him have other people because it's like an
Location.
electronic church, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a physical church, it's an
it's a
Yeah.
electronic
virtual
church, like you
church.
know, see. Yeah, virtual church, yeah. So the people that meet on whether Zoom or whatever platform them using, them service a
Ceremony.
weekend time from the house,
So
from the comforts of their home.
who bust pan them and prevent the resurrection?
Well, I don't know, because probably the police just come. If the police them did come probably a minute later, probably the lady would have good.
That may I say too. That
They
may I
just,
say too,
they just mash up the
because
business, man.
on that day when he was supposed to rise,
The police
the
just come
devil,
in. The
the
devil.
devil prevent, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
The devil threw a
That
spanner
devil.
in our work
That's crazy.
and derail it.
That devil. That devil.
Really, so I guess the woman wasn't
Wow. So
yeah, man, this is
it's a sad
it's a
it's a
sad
sad
thing.
thing, but me just
In America we don't want but the ladies they already died already. And it seems like it wasn't them that
no,
caused the
it
death
don't
of the
seem
woman,
like it
but it
was
was a
any
sickly
foul
woman.
play.
Right.
Don't
Yeah.
seem like it was any fault.
But to have someone who had died and you know, normally we as human beings we bury our dead. You know what I mean? Don't bury them because it's not like you know what I mean? She it's a dead body. It's a body. It's a body.
Right.
You understand? It's just she didn't go about it in the way that we normally do.
Normal
You know what I
way.
mean? Good. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But we just have said that we understand that this isn't a common thing, but it is an indicator of how far when we become religiously fanaticized, it can bring us. And that is the
I don't know
point we
if
want to
that's
talk
That you're
about.
religious
still
fanaticism, though.
saying religious, but
I don't think
we're
it's
saying that it's
religious
not a
Yeah.
fanaticism.
religious thing.
That's your opinion and you're entitled to the opinion. But what the lady is saying, that this is what it is. So I'm talking
Yeah, but
from her point
No, but
of view, what she's
you're
saying.
talking very what happened.
no.
But this is what she says happened. So we're talking
Yeah,
about what she has said.
Yeah, but
Right.
Obviously,
if
she has
we
a mental
establish,
issue. We're
yeah,
describing
if we
somebody with a mental issue.
we find that is all
if
fine
we
and well.
establish that this person is a person who is of unstable mind, whatever she say, you can't just take whatever she say for face value.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't know of any kind of assessment being done on her to say that she has a mental illness. Right? There are some reports
So
that
wait. Forget assessment. In your opinion, right?
It's
Somebody
something
keeps
out
a
of
dead person in a house for 2 years.
right.
What is your assessment?
Right. I'm saying my assessment is based on her reports that she's doing this because of her religious ideology. So I am saying, irrespective of her mental condition, what I'm saying is when people allow themselves to become religiously fanaticized, these are things that can happen. And we see where this is something that has happened. And that's the point I'm making. You've expressed
But
your opinion as well.
you cannot say irrespective of her mental condition. It is her mental condition we're talking about.
Yeah.
You cannot say irrespective of her mental condition. Her mental condition is all we talking about. It has nothing else we talking about.
The thing is,
We talking about somebody's mental condition. We're not talking about their religious conviction. We're talking about their mental condition. So you cannot say irrespective of it.
And
It is what we're speaking about.
this is what needs to be addressed, the mental illness in the community. How do we address the mental illness in the community?
yeah, it's a serious thing. It's a serious thing
Serious.
because and sometimes most people in a community are not gonna be mental health professionals or no signs of when they see it. So if there is something like that, when it's not like a person who is walking naked or you know what I mean, doing things that is very visible, you don't know. Sometimes you know what I mean, people going through it mentally, and you just don't know because it's hidden. You know what I mean? You see people committing suicide and they with you every day, with around people every day, and people don't see it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
There's
Yeah, and
no
then take them own life.
there's no single fix. And this is a clear sign that religious perspective alone is not gonna fix the problem. People need therapy and they need clinical intervention to address some of
Agree.
these
Agree.
root
I agree with
causes
all of
that they
that.
are facing with.
I agree with all of that. I agree with all of that.
A person can be whatever religion, Muslim,
It don't
Rasta,
matter.
I agree with
Christian,
all of that.
or can be a non-theist,
Mm-hmm.
or a atheist, and still have
Mental
that
issues.
medical condition
Mental
or that
issue.
We
Mental
agree with
illness.
all
mental,
of that.
you know what I mean? Yeah,
We
mental
agree with
illness
all
where,
of that.
where they do something like that.
We
Yeah,
agree with all of that. But I'm saying, right? I'm saying that religious ideology or religious fanaticism, if left unchecked, can cause people to do things that now we're talking about going into mental disability, right? And that's the point I'm making, that I want people to be aware that don't allow yourselves to become so religiously fanaticized that you're gonna know start to do things. Mark you, this is an extreme case. This is an extreme case. But when you have people who would go against something that is obvious, right? Like as a result of their religious ideology, they will like say, I am not African. That's an example of mental illness too. You understand? And the reason why they exhibit this mental illness is because their fanaticism.
I'm not too sure I'm following you, Dada. I'm not too sure I'm following you.
So what I'm saying is, if you are an African person, right? And
Okay.
because of your religious position, you are going to say, I am not African.
You
Isn't that a
ignore
mental
your
condition?
identity.
But
Isn't that a mental
But
condition?
based on what? Based on what they said that? Based on what? Because of what religion?
what
Just like a
religion
Whatever
that
Muslim say,
religion, whatever
a Muslim
religion,
say,
whatever religion.
that deny the
Mhm.
ethnicity?
Right.
You're talking about denial ethnicity in
yeah, that's
religion.
I
I
don't
know
think
that's different, man. I really never had you. Give us an example of somebody who you know religious who deny their identity and it's based on religion, not based on what they think other than religion, but based on religion.
So
I don't think
you,
you can make that argument.
you have a religious organization known as the Hebrew Israelites, right?
Yeah,
You have a religious
uh-huh.
organization known as the Hebrew
I know them.
Israelites, right? So
Yeah,
these people will tell you categorically that they are not African people, right?
yeah.
They
All
are
right.
yeah.
not African people, but because of their religious identity, they will say, "Listen, I am not African. I am Hebrew Israelite."
I don't
And
think that's the reason why they said that.
so what is the reason why they say that?
Miseducation.
So what is this miseducation coming from?
Yes, miseducation or misinterpretation
So I'm saying,
of
where is
history.
it coming from?
Because
Where is the
yeah,
misinterpretation
because
coming from?
if you check their facts that they are going off,
Mm-hmm.
they are coming from that place where they are Hebrew Israelite. They are from that place that is called
So
Israel now,
where
or
are
that
their facts
that place.
coming from? Where is it coming from? It's coming from their religious identity. So
Yeah,
this
They're
is the
coming
point
from
I'm
some
ideology.
making.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the
no,
point
It
but
I'm
may
is
I
coming
say
making.
from their religious
Right. So
ideology.
this is the point
Yeah.
I'm
but may I
making.
say it's information that they have received. You know what I mean? From some misinformation them receive.
But we don't consider them mad. We consider them confused. There's a
So
difference.
Yeah.
They're confused in their ideology, Ras.
Yeah.
They're not mad in their ideology because in one breath you say you're not African, but the place you're gonna identify with people who are Africans.
Hmm.
So that in itself is confusion because if you telling me you're Hebrew, then you're African.
So what I'm saying, right? I'm just saying that this situation with the lady is an extreme case, right? It's an
No,
extreme case, very
not
extreme.
not
But what I'm saying,
not
Mhm.
religion. It has nothing to do with religion.
I'm not saying it has to do with religion. I'm talking about people who will allow stuff that they have religiously. Like, for example, this lady says she's practicing this denominational experience of her religion, And because this person tell her, don't bury this woman, you would go against the norm. You would go against what he said just to adhere to these religious practice or this religious
But we saying it's
in
madness. It had nothing to do with religion.
it has
Because
to do
because
with religion because the lady says it
if they
has to do
went
with
to
religion,
10
my
other
lord. So we
people
cannot go
doing the
around that.
same practices, they would
They mad
deny it.
before religion come in. There could be any religion. There could be
Yeah,
none
that had
religion.
nothing to do with
And
Right.
it's the same
religion.
way.
I agree. I agree. What I am saying is, right, and I'm just talking about the reports that come out. What I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying is people can use this as a means to say, listen, I am going to put some safeguard in myself to say, all right, I am practicing this religion, but there has to be a limit to how far I am going to go. That's what I'm talking about. You
And then
understand?
you lose and then you lose your mind. What them happen?
You can't do anything because you lose your mind. But what I'm saying, if you don't lose your mind, you have to have that safeguard for yourself.
But
Because
but
before she
so
did this, nobody never said she lose her mind.
but the fact that she do it, she lose her mind.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. Before you get to that point, we have to know, say, if you allow
But
yourself to go there, you will go
but
there.
Ras, what you making
So
is
what
an
does the court?
assumption
It's not
because
an assumption for
obviously
you. I'm not
it
making
is.
an assumption,
Obviously
brother.
she is mad.
I'm not making an
You don't
assumption.
know the time
Right.
period or
Okay.
how
All
long
right.
she's been mad.
Okay. Let's go in
Nobody knows.
history. Let's go in history. Jim Jones in Guyana. Jim Jones in
Yeah.
Guyana. As a result
Uh-huh.
of religious fanaticism, all these people were unalived because of
Yeah.
religious fanaticism, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the point I'm making. So people who allow themselves to just follow blindly religion can end up doing things that will come in the realms of insanity. And that's the point I'm making. So I'm
So
saying this is an indicator that people must be aware that if you just follow religion blindly, these are things that can happen. And that it doesn't matter what religion it is. If
but
you're going to
if you saying that Jim Jones, the followers of Jim Jones,
Mhm.
is the same as this woman, I categorically deny that. I don't think the people who were forced to take pills at Jim
Unalive.
Jones sanctuary are the same.
Mm.
The unalive
A
people are
lot
the
of them
same.
weren't forced, Bingy.
Yeah, a lot
A
of
lot
them
of
were.
them weren't forced. A lot of them
A
made
lot
a
of,
decision that they're
some
going
of
to
them
do
did, and
this.
some of them were
Right.
forced.
Right. Some were forced.
Because remember, the
Mhm.
reason why we know this is because they were survivors,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
They are survivors. That's
Right.
how we know what
Mm-hmm.
happened. And the
Mm-hmm.
survivors said some of them were forced
Right.
to
I
take
agree
the
with
pill.
that. But
Right.
not all
So
of them
I'm
were
saying
forced.
you can't say that this woman and them people is in the same mental state.
You
There's no
can.
argument
You
for that.
can. You
No.
can. You can. Because,
No.
all right.
One is madness,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And one is being a zealot, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about being a zealot and being
Mm-hmm.
it's like you could compare that what you speaking to about Jim Jones and a jihadist, for example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Religious fanaticism.
Right. Right.
Listen,
That is
Mm-hmm.
different from being mad, a religious fanatic is not a mad person.
brother,
Mm-hmm.
I want one thing we know,
Mm-hmm.
no human, them rights to their mind,
Mm-hmm.
now take them life.
Thank
Because,
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
because your ultimate, we hardwired to survive.
Yeah.
That's why you need, that's why
Self-preservation,
you
them
cry
say
when you're born. You
the
understand?
first law of
So
nature.
even though you say Jim Jones, some of them people that were this hide,
Mm-hmm.
never had them rights to their mind.
This is the point I make, brother.
That's
This is
what
exactly the point I'm
Ras
making.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the point I'm making.
But you say a religion, but them never had them rights to their mind from the
It's
go.
not religion.
And a religion,
It's
they
not
not them rights to
religion.
their mind. What caused them to read this out?
It's not
We don't
religion.
know. But them not them rights to their mind, Bridget.
Brethren, the thing what caused them to reach there is the manipulation and the programming what them get through these actions what them follow. Right? And it bring them to that point where they make that decision, so this is what they're going to do.
Dada?
Right? No, that's your opinion, brother. You're entitled to your opinion. That you're entitled to your opinion, right? That's your opinion. As am I. As am I. So me just I said my endorsement from this situation is that people should not allow religious fanaticism to drive them into the realms of insanity. That's all I'm saying. Whether this woman is insane or not, I don't have an issue with that. I'm not a medical professional to do that. I consider it
Yeah.
insanity. I consider it insanity. You understand? But what I'm saying is, I am looking at based upon what she's saying and saying that this is what has caused her to get to this point. And I'm saying people should not
I
allow
think
themselves to do that.
I think when you start thing like that is like you're holding people with a mental illness accountable. Like we have to hold these people accountable. You know what I mean? Because they have a mental illness. We have a mental illness. You don't know. In your right state of mind, you don't like actually like you can like reason out what you're doing. You
Decipher
understand?
things
Yeah.
properly.
I can agree with that.
So you have to hold them accountable. Like
Mm.
you know what I mean?
I'm not holding them
That
accountable.
not gonna
What
happen.
I'm saying is,
But yeah, I said enough to do it. Like enough to do it. Like don't make the religious
I'm not saying the people with mental illnesses shouldn't. I'm saying the people without mental
mhm.
illnesses shouldn't. The people who don't have a mental illness and allow these things to carry them to this point should not. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying create a balance in yourself, formulate a way of making your decisions in a life, and don't allow religion to drive you to insanity. That's what I'm saying.
But
What
it's
I'm
not
saying is
religion driving you to insanity.
what I will say is we have to look out for each other. You know what I mean? We as a community have to look out for each other. We have to try and see, you know what I mean, community members, they are moving in a kind of way, acting differently. We have to, and because sometimes people see little differences and they just make it slide.
Mm.
You understand? We have to, you know what I mean? Because mental health is a real thing.
Real
You know what I
challenge,
It's
mean?
yes.
real.
It's
It's
a real
real.
Agreed.
thing, and it, you know what I mean?
Agreed.
People can harm themselves and harm others when
Agreed.
they are not in their right state of mind.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
So as a community, we have to look out for these things.
Yeah.
Check for
And
your
But we have
and
to
neighbors,
build
and
check for your
community too,
family,
right?
yes. Yes,
look
I.
around you,
Be your
Yeah,
brothers
man.
and sisters
and
keeper.
We
don't
have
get
to
caught
build
up in your
community.
own priorities, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
A regular we see them thing that we talk from Caribbean people or Jamaican, we see some people and them start move different and we
Different.
start take it as a joke, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Just joke and
Laugh about it, true.
bridging
Yeah,
them mother
man.
out
Seek,
or
seek the
Mm.
right
you know what I
help,
mean,
man.
something
Seek
like
the
that.
relevant help. Speak to the relevant
Yeah
organization that
man.
can assist and listen to the voices of the people around you that loves you, you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
And this is another initiative that the
No
leadership
matter
should
what
take up
religion
as well.
they practice.
Yeah, man,
You know?
irrespective
Yeah
of
man.
religion.
Mental health doesn't have any borders, you know, or a
There's no
preference of
distinction.
religion. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No
It affect
distinction.
people of all walk of life.
True, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you can allow religion to bring you there too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing to
Yeah man.
highlight, right? Because
Yes, sir.
sometimes we bypass these things, right?
Yeah,
We
man.
see people acting certain way and we're not taking it into account, like the I say. So it's very important to pay attention to the people that are in your life, right? And we know we live in stress societies where we really don't have communities anymore, right? When
Mm-hmm.
we were growing up, we had communities. We don't really have that, but you do have group of people that interact with each other. And if you're within that group of people that you should be looking out for everybody within those groups that you're moving in. Look on how see their state of mind, how they moving, how they changing, you know. And that's the key, right? Each one, we are our brothers keepers.
Yes, sir.
That is true. We
Yeah,
are
man.
our brothers keepers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's the key, right? Just look at people.
Yeah, man. Real
Yeah.
talk.
Pay attention.
And like Yaga said earlier, we know the norms, because you normally pass Miss Destin, sit down on the veranda, get some a sight her again, yes, right? So, all know
Yeah.
this norm that we used to experience, we no longer experience. So, we're supposed to can stop by Miss Destin and say, Miss Destin,
Yeah,
who
man.
do what go on? Well, on, something all right. We can get these things and catch these things earlier. Because 2 years is a long period of time, brother. It's a long period of
Too
time.
long.
Yeah, man,
Too
too
long.
long. Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
man.
give
Give that.
thanks, man.
And I said the perfect balance, third class. I don't know, say a Chuck Fenda the living for this represents. Good over evil, me tell them see a life over death. I swear, said I will never switch. Keep the fire burning up. Holy Manuel I Selassie, Jah, blazing fire.